Stop comparing. Stop comparing. We all do it. We do it. Whether we realize it or don't realize it, we do it. You invite me to your house. As I'm driving to your house, what am I doing? Comparing the houses in your neighborhood to the houses in my neighborhood. Oh, they live in one of those neighborhoods. I get to your house. I get to the driveway. Oh, that's the kind of car they drive? I'm comparing your car to my car. I get inside the house. Oh, they're a shoes on, not a shoes off. Oh, pish posh, okay? Very fancy. Oh, that's where they keep. And then I meet the family. Let the real comparison begin. Whose kids are nicer? Whose kids are more well-behaved? Whose kids are smarter? Whose office is, he's got the 2 screens in his home office, I only got the 1 screen. Then we meet the wife. Whose wife is better looking? Whose wife is better at cooking? Whose husband has more hair on his head? Whose husband has less hair on his back? Like the comparison doesn't end. That's what we all do. It's not just me, right? Like we all do it. We compare relationship status when we're single. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. We compare careers. Why did he get promoted, not me get promoted? We compare physical appearance. How come she lost that weight? And how come he's in such good shape? And we say, oh, you look great, but inside we hate them. We compare all the time. Moms. How many moms love your family, love your kids, love your household, love your routine, until you hear of another mom with a better routine. Until you hear of another mom who, and this is like the lady who has like the meal prepping lady and with the little baggies and the whatever it is, or this is the lady who's got like the mom with the chore chart on the chalkboard on the thing, and they're just so good. Or some mom has discovered some new timeout, fancy, schmancy way of doing timeout, and all of a sudden your sorry family is going to suffer while you compare them and yourself to Supermom over there, and they're going to be miserable. We all do it. We all compare. We just compare to different people. And I'm not ashamed to say that even though I am a priest, I do it as well. I compare. I got no problem be vulnerable every now and then. I got no problem to admit that. The only difference is who we compare to. So you compare to people that like similar to you, I compare to people similar to me. So I don't compare to moms or career. I compare to people that I see as like on par with me, like equal like me. People that I just feel like, we just have different genres of people that we compare to, okay? Let's talk about comparison and why it is so deadly. Our key verse for today is 2 Corinthians 10:12. Can we read this all together? It says, "We dare not class ourselves or compare ourselves with those who commend themselves, but they, measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves among themselves, are not wise." You didn't know there's one verse that had the word themselves in it that often, did you? Okay. St. Paul says those who are comparing themselves are not wise. And not wise, another way of saying, you're a fool. And you're living a foolish way if you're always comparing. Now, the word that I like that he says in the beginning, he says we dare not. We dare not. Dare is a strong word. He doesn't say we should not. He doesn't say like give it your best try. He says dare not. And when I hear dare, I think of like, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Well, you don't say don't you dare for a simple thing. You say don't you dare touch the stove. Don't you dare defy me. Don't you dare. It means it's something serious. He's escalating the matter. And the reason why is because what we don't realize, we'll look at it today. When we compare ourselves to one another, we short circuit God's plan for our own lives. Because God didn't make me to be like you. And God didn't make you to be like me. And when I compare, and when you compare, what we do is we say, God, your plan, I'm going to put that on the side for right now. I want to be like so-and-so. I want to achieve what they have. And we short circuit what God made us to be. Said another way, it's impossible to be satisfied. It is impossible to be satisfied in life. It is impossible to be satisfied in life if this is how you live your life. If this is how you live your life, comparing. It is impossible. If we're looking around, it is impossible to be satisfied in life. Or, say it this way, comparison is the death of contentment. You know this. This is not, it never ends well. The comparison never ends well. The comparison never ends with like, oh, I feel good about myself now. I have enough loser friends around me. I feel good about myself right now. And if actually that is how you feel, then you probably fell into another sin called pride. Comparison never puts us in a better place. It kills contentment. How many times? How many times, let's be honest, how many times have you had something, a phone, a car, a gadget, a house, or whatever, and you were totally content with it, and you loved it, until you saw your friend get a newer one. And then all of a sudden, what you were, a minute ago, you were content with, you were telling them, this is the best, and then someone got another one. You said, this is the worst. I hate this. My life is miserable. How did I survive the last 5 minutes with this awful thing? You know the expression, the grass is greener on the other side? You've heard that before, the grass is greener. Do you know why the grass is greener on the other side? The grass is greener on the other side because when you are on your side of the fence, on the other side, you're too far away to smell the poop on that side of the fence. You smell your own poop, and that's why you see that grass is growing over there, but you go over there, you're going to see some poop over there just as much as you see on your own. Too many of us focus on what others have and I lack, and not enough on what I have and others lack. We focus on what we've not been given and what others have been given, as opposed to the opposite. What I've been given that they haven't been given. And that is a bondage that God does not want us to live in.